When I was a skinny guy trying to gain weight, I made a bunch of mistakes, but I also learned a lot too. Today, I'm going to share the most important lessons I learned during my journey of gaining my first 20 pounds of muscle. One of the first things I learned was the importance of progressive overload. Progressive overload is absolutely essential if you're a natural lifter. I would say it's probably one of the most important things that you could ever learn when it comes to natural bodybuilding. Matter of fact, just bodybuilding in general, not just natural bodybuilding. If you actually want to grow, real natural muscle, then you need to implement progressive overload, which basically means that you need to get stronger every single time you work out. So the ways you can do that are increasing the reps, increasing the sets, increasing the weights, decreasing the rest periods between sets, or improving your technique and form. Implement any of those fives and you'll work on getting stronger. And you want to pretty much just do that every single time you go to the gym. So like if you bench press Monday and you did 10 reps, next Monday try to do 11. If you squatted, 100 pounds Monday, and next Monday try to squat 120. So you see how you increase the reps on the first example. Second example, you increase the weights. Same thing goes for sets. Same thing goes for decreasing the rest periods. So if you, typically do pull-ups, rest 30 seconds. Next week, do pull-ups, rest 20 seconds. So there you go. That's progressive overload. Super simple. Implement it if you're not already using this. The next thing I learned about, which was super important, was like how to actually track my calories and track my protein. The other two macronutrients aren't as important, carbs and fats. I tend to just ignore them. I prioritize calories and protein because they're the most beneficial. Now, the first 2 or 3 years of my training, like I literally didn't know I knew what calories were and I knew what protein was, obviously, but I didn't know the importance of them and I didn't know that you had to track them. So I would literally just go to the gym and train, and then diet and nutrition were like at the back of my mind. I thought building muscle in the gym just meant you had to like work out and get strong. I didn't know that nutrition was actually important. So I ignored that the first 2 or 3 years of my life, or not my life, but rather my training career. Once I learned how to properly track my calories, figure out my maintenance calories, figure out how to be in a caloric surplus, figure out my protein intake for the day, that's when I finally started to grow. I don't care like how often you train. I don't care how much training you do. If you don't pair your training with the proper diet and giving your body the nutrients it needs in order to actually build muscle, you're not going to grow. It's as simple as that. The next thing I learned about was sleep. And this was because I first started training when I was like 15 or 16. Like, yes, I trained since I was like, 10, doing push-ups and pull-ups and crunches and stuff in my room and like training for basketball and stuff like that. But I didn't start like actually seriously weight training until I was like 15 or 16. And when you're 15 or 16, like you don't really fucking sleep. You're just a kid. I was just some kid in high school and I'd be up on my phone all night. I'd be up, on Insta, watching YouTube or watching Netflix, whatever it was. And I would get like 5 or 6 hours of sleep every single night. And it was fucking terrible for you. Like, my performance in the gym was whack. My skin was terrible. I had no energy. I had tons of brain fog. And I didn't realize at the time like how important sleep actually was for my gains. So once I finally started getting 8 hours of sleep every single night, that's when my gains started to shoot through the roof as well too. Now, when it comes to mistakes that I made for those first couple years, and during this process of like actually building like a decently sized physique, as well as my first 20 pounds of muscle, there were some mistakes I made as well too. Like one thing was lifting for a pump. I used to just go to the gym. First 3 years of my like training career, I would just go to the gym and just pick any random exercise and just spam like bicep curls. I didn't do any compound lifts at all. Like I would just go in there, do tricep push downs, bicep curls with a dumbbell, like concentration curls. And it was like the dumbest thing ever because I would spend like an entire workout just doing bicep curls. Like I would do one exercise for like an hour straight. It made no sense, no rhyme or reason, no logical reasoning behind my training. It's just random stuff like I would find online and I thought like was the right thing to do. So I was getting a pump in, sure, like maybe it looked good on photos, sure, but I wasn't getting stronger and I wasn't implementing progressive overload like I needed to be. Now, another mistake I made was eating like shit. Once I did learn to track my calories and track my protein, I didn't really think about how important it was to actually eat like good food. So I did start like hitting my calories and I did start hitting my protein every single day. And I did start to grow. I did start to get stronger. I did start to build muscle. But the issue was that I was eating like absolute shit. Like I was eating just straight garbage. And the reason that this is bad is because it was impacting my performance in the gym without me actually knowing it. It was impacting my quality of sleep without me actually knowing it. It was giving me brain fog and making my overall like health shit without me knowing it. So I thought I was doing good because I was getting big, I was getting stronger. But at the end of the day, if you eat like garbage and you just put shit in your body, your performance is going to like plummet. And if you want to optimize your life and optimize your time in the gym as much as possible and be as effective as you can while you're in the gym as a natural lifter, you need to prioritize eating healthy, because the healthier you eat, the more whole foods you eat, the more nutrient dense foods you put in your body, the better your performance is going to be, not just in the gym, but your overall day. And I'll tell you that if your performance is better in the gym, it only makes sense that you're going to get better gains, because typically you're working out harder, you can work out longer, you can focus for more, you've got more energy in the tank. And if you just eat like garbage and you eat like shit, like, yeah, you might hit your calories, you might hit your protein, but your performance is going to be absolutely fucking shit. So eat a whole food diet, eat as clean as you can. I know you're going to eat junk food here and there. I do it as well too, but I try to minimize the amount of junk food I put in my body. Let's see what else. Having an actual good program, that's important as well too. During my journey and my process of gaining those first 20 pounds of muscle, when I first started, I didn't have a program. Like, I didn't have a routine. I would just go to the gym when I felt like it, or like I would go to the gym to go play basketball, and then I'd be like, maybe I should work out. And I would go like work out a little bit and do like a couple bicep curls after playing basketball. So there was no rhyme or reasoning behind my routine. I tried a bunch of different splits after that. I tried upper lower, I tried push-pull legs, I tried push-pull legs ×2. I did bro split where you work out like 6 or 7 days a week, bicep or chest day Monday, back day Tuesday, legs Wednesday, or whatever the split was, I don't remember. I've tried all these different splits, and yes, I got a little bit stronger, but the moment I saw the best gains, the best strength, like the best muscle growth was when I started working out just twice per week. And I would train 2 times per week, and I would train full body. And this is going to be really different for a lot of you guys who haven't heard about full body training, but as a natural lifter, I honestly think that full body training is the best way to train as a natural lifter, because when you only train 2 times per week, you're giving your body plenty of time to recover and plenty of time to grow. Now, it sounds weird because you think more training equals more muscles, right? Like, that's probably how you think, but that's the industry standard. And that typically tends to be the standard that is taught to you by all these different fitness gurus, all these different YouTube influencers online who are all on steroids. Like, a lot of these guys are on gear, and they don't tell you that they're on gear, and they actually tell you that this is the proper way to train, when in reality, the workout splits that they're teaching you guys most likely worked for them because they can recover better than you since they're on steroids. But if you try to do what they did and you're not on gear, you're not going to get the same results. It's as simple as that. So when you give yourself enough time to recover and you're going into every single workout fresh by only training twice per week, you're going in there with the ability to train at your absolute maximum while also giving your body enough time to fully recover. Once I finally started training like this, it was hard because I was like, this feels stupid. Why would I only train twice per week? But this is when I saw the most gains in my life, and this is when I got strong as fuck within like 4 months. I'll tell you, I didn't train the compound movements until I started implementing this routine as well too. So I was already benching, but I started implementing squats and deadlifts into my routine. I got so fucking strong these first 4 months of me training this way, along with a good diet and actually tracking my calories and protein. I got to a 4-plate deadlift for 7 reps. I got to a 2-plate bench press for 11 reps. And I got to a 3-plate squat for 8 reps. I got to 18 bodyweight pull-ups in a row, perfect form, perfect technique. And I did all of this with just 4 months of training this way. Of course, paired with like an actual diet where I was actually in a proper caloric surplus, hitting my protein, hitting my calories. So that's why I really try to tell guys, like, if you're a natural lifter, you need to prioritize recovery. You need to prioritize progressive overload. You need to prioritize hitting your calories, hitting your protein, getting enough sleep. All of these little puzzle pieces are a part of the entire puzzle when it comes to natural bodybuilding that a lot of fitness gurus just don't teach you about. So once you guys start implementing these things, I promise you will start to see way better results. Let's see, that was a bit of a tangent, but the last few things I want to talk about here are consistency. Consistency is something that also helped me skyrocket my gains and helped me get those first 20 pounds of muscle as well too. During that 4 months where I got super strong, I didn't miss a single workout. I was there every single time. I'd finish my entire workout. I didn't skip sets. I didn't skip reps. And that's what it takes. Like, if you actually want to grow, if you actually want to see real, natural, drug-free growth, then you can't skip your workouts. You just got to show up. It's as simple as that. Guys, I don't know. Like, I think that's it. It's really that simple. Like, getting to my first 20 pounds, those are the things I did. I slept 8 hours. I hit my calories. I hit my protein. I try to do a clean diet as often as possible. Implemented progressive overload. I trained 2 times per week. I spent those other 5 days recovering, and I spent the other 5 days doing active recovery as well too. And it's that simple. Like, it's really, that's all it is. Oh, I did the compound lifts. I focused on a lot of compound movements, and I did my accessory work towards the end of my workout. And guys, pretty much implementing all that stuff, it was it was literally how I got my first 20 pounds of muscle. So I promise you, if you guys implement even 2 or 3 of these things, your results will be phenomenal as well too. If you guys want the full blueprint, want to figure out exactly how I did everything, that's something I can show you. Just DM me the word Natty on Instagram and I'll walk you guys through it. Also, if you're looking for something really cool, I offer an exclusive private school community that is literally filled with guys like yourself, guys like myself. We're all just a bunch of skinny, natty guys under 30 who are trying to build drug-free muscle with just 2 workouts per week. I teach everybody in this community exactly how to do that. And I teach guys how they can build their first 20 pounds of muscle in 5 months, just like I did. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll drop a link in the description below where you can check it out for free. But otherwise, peace out. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys learned something. Love you guys. Hopefully you guys love me too. All right, bye.